Alright folks, welcome to the first video of the new channel on YouTube, Milk Money Mini Farms. Now the reason we're calling this Milk Money Mini Farms is because Milk Money was a name that I used years ago for a little thing I was doing. And I told my fiance about it, she thought it was cute, so we just started to stick with the the Milk Money. And then, hold on a second. Alright, let's see. Take that back down a little bit. Sorry about that. It got kind of dark out there. Let me go back to that for a second. Alright. So, Milk Money was a name that I used years ago. Another little thing I was doing. So, it was cute. We stuck with it. And then the mini farm, of course, as you'll see in a moment on the video, is because everything we're going to have here at the farm, we call it, is going to be mini, very small stuff. So I'll show you everything in a second, give you a rundown. This is some of the birds we got the other day. I did not plan on getting those. It was a last minute thing. I don't have the brood pens built yet, so I had to put them in my little show cages for a couple of days to get the brood pens built. Maybe I can do a video on that itself, show you how to do all that. But anyway, sorry about all the noise. Of course, they're going to crow and yell at me. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you some of these birds real quick. These are some we just got the other day. This is some little spangles. Now this is a couple of extra hens, so I don't have a rooster for them. But this is some of the BB Reds. We got, I think, 3 roosters and 4 hens off of them. You'll see all of them in a second. It's another little trio, BB Reds. So, the man told me that they were all laying. And this is the, I think, second morning. We picked them up Sunday, it's just the second morning. And I come out this morning and actually have one egg. This is one of the little Spangle trios. If I can get little Ralph here to move. Come on, buddy. There you go. Anyway, that's one of the little Spangle trios. And then this is one of the other little trios. And then now this is the odd deal up here. No, I'm not going to try to breed some kind of new stuff. This is just an extra BB Red rooster I had, and like I said, we had too many of the Spangle hens. I didn't want to crowd them in the pens too hard, so I just kind of stuck these together for the time being until I get the big brood pens built, and we'll separate them back out and do whatever. Now, he did tell me these were laying, or all these hens were laying, and actually this morning, out of the oddest couple right here, one of these 2 hens laid a little egg, which is on the table over here. So anybody that's never seen a Bantam egg, I'm sure everybody has, but these are like half the size of an actual regular chicken. It takes sometimes 2 to 3 of these to make a full-size chicken egg. Anyway, a little science today. This is my pride and joy so far. This is this little solid black pair I've got. These come out of Virginia. I had these shipped in. I gave a pretty penny for these. But the older gentleman that has these are in his 80s. He said he started this bloodline when he was about 9 or so. So, say 9 or 10. He actually went off, fought the war. And in one of the wars, his family took care of his birds while he was gone, so he could keep his bloodline up. And he has showed these birds, won several awards. Not these particular birds, but this bloodline of birds. Won several awards and all this. So, by the way, that's Virgil, in case you hear him on other videos. And then I actually have a little single Homer over here. He got beat up yesterday by one of the other ones. When I come in from work last night, I saw one of them had him pinned in the corner. He couldn't really get away. So I put him over here today. Last night. So he can kind of recuperate. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I put him over there so he won't get beat up anymore. But let's go over here and look at the pigeons. Interesting stories about them too. The gentleman I got these from, There's a pair right there. That's the craziest one of the stores I was gonna tell you about. Is anyway, the gentleman I got these from, he's an older gentleman. He had just put his wife in nursing home a couple of days before I met him, and he was getting old himself, so he's having problems helping her. So he had to put her in a nursing home. He decided to cut back on a lot of his stuff. So he had these Homers, and he decided to get rid of them. So we made a little package deal and everything, and I went and picked them up. Now, I've got this hen over here, pardon me. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to scare you off, girl, I'm sorry. Anyway, she's got a couple of eggs that she just started. And then I've actually got, I think it's not this nest, but right here. There's another egg. I've got 2 yellows, I think they're called. Pretty sure I've never had this color before. But like I said, that's one of them. That's off the nest over here. That's her egg. And then her boyfriend is right there, I do believe. That's her cockbird. And then, I said the female over here has got the eggs. Right there. Sorry, girl. Let me scare you off again. Oh, and there's her boyfriend beside her. That's what she was trying to get to. That's going to be the daddy off the ones in the corner. Now, I've got more, and like I said, the weird thing about it is I have 2 of the little rollers. The deal was, when I went and picked these up, the man told me, he said, hey, I got 14 for this much money. That's okay. That's fine. When I went to pick them up, he had already loaded them up. And one of them had got out of the loft that he had built. So when I go to count them, I said, hey, I thought we said 14. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. One of them got out. And I said, okay, well, that's fine. I'll still give you the money for the original deal. You know, that's fine. He gave me a real good deal on them. So he said, well, I feel bad about that. So he went out to his loft and he got that little roller, Birmingham roller, and that little Birmingham roller. He said, I'm not sure if he's a male or female. I think they're a pair, but here, just to make up for the one that I lost. And I said, we don't have to do that. And he said, I feel bad. Just go ahead and take them. I need to get rid of them anyway and tell me what happened with his wife. And I said, okay. So I brought them back home, figuring it might be a pair. I just took them in here with all the Homers. And apparently those are 2 hens. So that one is paired up with one of these blue chicks. I have to look at the board. And the other one is paired up with one of the, what, right beside it, there it is. Those 2 are together, this cockbird and her. And then I'm pretty sure it's this one, and I think it's that cockbird, I'm not sure, I'm sorry, my finger's straight. Anyway, so Homer roller cross are not the ideal combination, but I've got too many cockbirds in here, and every time the other pairs try to get together, these cockbirds will knock them off. They're like they're jealous or something. They'll knock them off and mess them up. So I had those over here for a little bit, trying to separate them away from the breeders. But when I got these birds, I had to have somewhere to put them, so I had to put those back in there. They end up pairing up with the rollers, so they're not so aggressive towards the other couples right now. But this is, we just bought a new house, and this is my shop. I was going to do a woodworking shop, and I decided to just do this here instead. So I have my little, eventually for my show stuff, I'll have my little wash area set up right here, my workbench and all that stuff. I've got my little banding deals, and then I've got some other honeybee stuff. I hadn't showed y'all that yet. I'll get right back to the other in a second. Let me go and show y'all that before I forget about it. I've got a honeybee hive that we will set up this spring. Put it out here. I bought a little kit, or I'm sorry, my fiance bought me a little kit for Christmas. It come with all kind of stuff. I'll show y'all that later maybe. But anyway, so I have my little washing station right here, my cleanup station. Of course, my show pens, they'll be cleaned up a little bit better. I'll put more show pens over here. And then this corner, I got storage stuff right here right now. I have to move all this out of the way. But this corner, I want to come out 4 foot by 8 foot brew pen. And then I'll put 2 more brew pens on this side, 4 foot by 8 foot. And then this over here will be another pigeon loft, just like that one. it'll come all the way out. This side over here will be breeders, and then this side will be my flyers, my racers. I'll have to build the fly pens outside, of course. I hadn't done that yet either. You'll see outside in a minute. But I did get those built too. It's wintertime right now, so I've got all the windows shut and everything. It's been getting cold in here. I think this morning was like 37. But I've had a good look inside so far. Like I said, it's an insulated shop. Metal, everything's real good on it. I had a couple of small leaks when I first got it. So I fixed all that, and now we're just trying to get everything else fixed up for everything else. But anyway, let's go out here and see what else we got in the yard. I've actually, oh, goodness gracious, hold on a second. Hold on a second. There we go. Let's see, there we go. That's a little bit better. Apologize about that. That was kind of bright, wasn't it? Anyway, I want to do a few things out here. Right now, we only have one thing outside. Well, it's two animals, but one deal. My fiance had been begging for baby goats. And our old house, we lived in the city, we didn't have room for them. So, when we got this house, I eventually caved. I went to the auction one day, and first I found Stan. Stan's a little boar goat back here. You'll see him. Hey, girl. This is Sophia. Let y'all see a closer look at her in a minute. Get back, girl. Anyway. Hold on. Sorry about that. All right. Stan was first. I got him, and they had a little bottle baby. I missed it. I didn't want to give that much for it, and I ended up giving about as much for him. But luckily, with the weather here lately, I think it worked out best, because if I'd got the little bottle baby, this cold weather would have probably ended up messing him up. But that's Stan, little pygmy goat. And then this is Sophia. Oh, my head's rubbing on the thing, making all this noise. This is Sophia. She's a little nicer than Stan. Actually, she's a lot nicer than Stan. She'll actually come up, let you pet her sometime, eat out of your hand. Come on, girl. Come on. Come here. Okay, if you got feed, she'll come right to you. But anyway, so that's Sophia, and that's Stan. This is, my fiance loves the Golden Girls. So, and these tarps were actually in great shape, but when I got back out of town, something had actually got a hold of these tarps from outside and ripped them up. I can't find any scratch marks anywhere. I got to put a game camera out here, but the goats were fine. I thought it was them for a minute actually tearing them up, but all the stuff, as you can probably see, is all outside the pen all the way around it. So the goats would have pulled it inside. So whatever tore it, poured it out. So I don't believe it was the goats. I know, girl. You got feed over there? You got plenty? I'll bring you back some sweet stuff in a minute. She's always wanting snacks. So anyway, we also have 3 dogs and 1 cat, and I'll show y'all them later. The only mini dog we have is a little Yorkie. She's a puppy. She's about 3 or 4 months old. I had to look it up, make sure. Oh goodness, goodness. So anyway, that was bright. So, excuse me. Anyway, there's the new house, the back side of it, storm pit, gas tank, blah, 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 blah. My other little shed, that's where I keep all my work stuff at, like I said. So this one over here is supposed to be a work shed, wood shed, but we made it into a farmhouse instead. But anyway, the other Yorkies that my mother's dog had puppies. We got one of those. So she still likes to babysit and let our dog play with her. She kept one of the puppies. So they get together, play all during the day, wear each other, slap out. So at night they sleep a little easier. But the other dogs are in the house. I'll bring them out in the next video. Get them out here. Oh, and by the way, let's see, you're not going to be able to really see them. But my wife really loved this place. We come and looked at it because right across the road there's cows everywhere. A bunch of those black Angus, I believe it are. So she likes to sit on the front porch or sit in the living room with the door open and stare at the cows all day. So that's what I finally decided to get her something of her own. So she can come out here in the yard and play with her own stuff. So that's what actually started this whole idea, was the neighbor's cows. But anyway, this is back at the barn, I call it. So what I gotta do is put a fly pin here, one on the other side for the other ones to come out. This will be my race side. So like I said, I'll have a trap and I'll sit out here. I'll show all that in a later video when I get all that built. It's gotta be here pretty quick though. And then, like I said, I'll build some more fly pins out the windows and stuff, get more ventilation and all that kind of stuff. But that's the basic rundown on the first video, just giving y'all a show of what's going on. And like I said, we will show you more as I do more. Hopefully we'll get these videos put out pretty quick to show everybody what we're doing. Let me go back in for a minute. So I wanted to do the process of building, there we go. I want to do the process of building the show pens and the pigeon loft, but I was in a hurry to get all that done, and I really didn't have time to try to film it and everything, because there again, we wasn't really set up for all this stuff when I got it. So those pigeons originally lived in those show cages for about 3 or 4 days. Well, I got this thing here knocked out, and then I moved them over here, and then I just had Virgil and Ginger. I had to think for a second. I had them two, and I was in the middle of trying to get the brood pens built whenever I come across these other ones the other day. So now I've really got to get in a hurry and get these brood pens knocked out. So, but like I said, he told me that some of these hens are laying, and I believe I got one that's trying to lay an egg right now. But I know we have one egg this morning, so we'll see what comes. We're actually going to buy an incubator. I'm trying to figure out which one I want. If anybody is watching this video and you know of any good incubators that are pretty simple to use, I'm going to keep it in the house. I want it to be small. We're only going to do a few dozen eggs, maybe. So I want to try to keep it small. So if you do know of whatever incubator that you like, leave a comment below, please. And like I said, I'm hoping to get this done today and go ahead and order one. So when these eggs start coming out, we can go ahead and start. But like I said, this is the barn, as I call it. So like I said, it's just a bunch of storage stuff over here we got to move out, get the rest of our stuff built. But I do like it because, like I said, it's insulated fully, top to bottom, even under the floor. It's got wood floors. They're off the ground. So I had about predators coming in here. Like I said, at night I can close the windows just in case something does get into the fly pens. They shouldn't be able to get in the windows. Of course, the window's too high for dogs to get into. Don't have to worry about it. Would be like coons or possums, stuff like that. And I don't believe they can get to the windows. Hopefully not. But, so I'll get back with y'all in the next video, and just want to give y'all a heads up and get this thing started. Hope to see y'all around again soon. Bye.